Hey, welcome everyone to Ball Knowledge Unscripted. I'm Kareem, that's my man Jason, and we're here to bring you all ball all the time. What's going on, brother?
Not much. What's happening?
Hey man, ready for Turkey Day, man. That's where my mind is set right now, man.
Okay.
I took the rest of the week off, man, just so I can prepare my appetite. I'm looking forward to it.
I don't blame you. I'm off now. I work today, but
Yeah.
I'm on vacation.
There we go. There we go. There we go. This used to be my most hated holiday when I was wrestling because you always had to make weight because we always had a tournament after Thanksgiving. So I used to hate Thanksgiving because I could never enjoy it like I wanted to. Now, man, I take full advantage of it.
All right.
I take full advantage of it.
I don't blame you. I do
Hey,
not blame you.
look here. Man, but hey, well, Turkey Day means a whole lot of good football, man.
It does. It does.
NFL got some bangers this week. We got three on Turkey Day. And then go into Friday, got a game Friday, Black Friday. And then, knock it off Sunday, man. So before we get to our picks, before we get to the nitty-gritty of the games, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
After watching the games this past week, okay, is JJ McCarthy a bust?
Well, and believe me, I have spent some time thinking about this.
That's why I brought you the question. Because if anybody could be level-headed about this, I believe it's you.
I think the easy answer is yes, right?
Okay.
Because you can go and I've seen all the graphics and the pictures about. I saw one earlier today where a quarterback could spike the ball every single time, and they would have a quarterback rating of whatever it was, 39.6.
Yes.
And his quarterback rating was 34, which
Yes.
even in my brain, that may be how it really works out, but that sounds stupid. I mean, if you complete one pass, it should be better.
Yes,
but
I agree.
So the easy answer is, yeah, he looks like a bust right now. But I also think part of that is people have it in their mind that he's a second-year guy. And while that's kind of true, there's a difference between being a backup and sitting behind somebody and taking reps all year long and not doing that for a year. Those are two different things.
Yes.
So my homer answer is no.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a bust. He needs more time.
Yes.
Not everybody flourishes right out of the gate. Peyton Manning was trash his rookie year. He led the league in interceptions. So that being said, my non-biased opinion, if I can try and dig in there and find one, is that I don't think he's played enough games to make that determination, and I would feel that way of whoever it was. Justin Fields. I think he's been in the league for what, 3 years, 4 years,
4 years, something like that. Yeah.
So actually, it had to be longer than that because 21. He wasn't Michigan didn't beat them while he was there. So it's been 4. They didn't play COVID year, so he's been in the league 4 or 5 years. And
wow. Hey, it's been that long. That's crazy.
Yeah. So it's like, is he a bust? Is he not in the right system? How much have his injuries affected him? I think with any sport, So to me, it goes back. The whole thing is the NFL game is miles faster than the college game.
Absolutely.
It's not like he came from a college situation where he was made to sit in the pocket and throw the ball 30 times a game. That's not what he came from. So to expect him to come to the NFL, Justin Jefferson's great. Nobody's arguing that. But what else? It's not like they're trotting out 3 all-pro receivers and an all-pro tight end and an all-pro running back, and JJ is just stinking it up. That ain't it. So like I say, I think the easy answer is right now, yeah, he looks like a bust. But I think the more logical answer is I really think you have to give somebody more time. Has anybody truly been judged wholeheartedly on one rookie? And even though he's not a rookie, he really is a rookie playing wise. So has anybody really been judged off their rookie season and that was the end of it?
Yeah.
You know?
So
So, but
I'm right there with you, right? So I looked at his stats from Sunday, right? He was I think
they're bad.
12 for 19, 100. No, I mean 87 yards. But it was the second half that got me. He had 5 drives in the second half. Three of them was three and outs. Two of them was two. He had two interceptions on the other two. And they had a grand total of 4 yards in the second half. The two passes that he threw past the line of scrimmage, both of them were intercepted. So I was sitting back and I was thinking, I'm like, I agree with you. I feel it's too early, right? One, because, like you say, he didn't play in that system. But two, he's basically a rookie, right? If we were to, they were saying the same thing about Caleb Williams last year. Oh, he's a bust. Oh, he's a bust, right? This year he's balling. And now it's like, oh, well, he had time to develop, so he has a coordinator. Because when JJ came in, it's like, oh, that's the perfect system for him because he'll have time to fill. I think Minnesota failed him by getting rid of Sam Darnold, though.
Yeah,
Because,
I mean, that certainly I think would have helped.
yeah, because it would have gave him time to sit and develop. Even if you only signed Sam for 3 years and then was like, all right, hey, we're going to JJ like Green Bay did, Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love. Hey, all right, we're going to sign you, but at the end of this contract, we're not renewing your contract because we're going to Jordan Love. I feel that they did him a disservice at the same time because, like you say, the speed of the game is faster. And it's like, it's not processing for him. But Caleb Williams didn't play well his rookie year, right? Bryce Young didn't play good his rookie year, right? Um, who else you have? You have Cam Ward this year. He's not playing well. Jackson Dart was playing okay, but you know what I mean? Uh, Tyler Shuck in New Orleans. I mean, we can keep going on and on and on because guys have to transition to um, the speed of the game. The defenses are different. You know what I mean? Everything on the technical level from college to NFL is light years different, right? So I think what C.J. Stroud did his rookie year, and what Jaden Daniels did last year, kind of changed the narrative for rookie quarterbacks. And I'm the same way. I still call JJ a rookie because he didn't play last year, right? Now I don't think if you're just because this is your rookie year, he should be in the running for rookie of the year if he played well. I don't like that. The NBA does it. I think the NFL does it. I'm not a fan of that. You've been in the pro system, pro treatment. You
Agreed.
shouldn't be in the running for rookie of the year. But technically, he's a rookie. So to label him a bust this early will be a little premature, and I feel, you know, and uh
Well, and here's a big part of this. All those quarterbacks you just named, Cam Ward, Bryce Young, all those guys. Did any of those guys have a team with the expectations that the Vikings had?
no, no, and I
The
think that's
Vikings
another.
are coming
I
off
think
of a
that's
good
another.
season,
Yes, I
right?
think that's another reason why because and the reason I think why because the Vikings said, "Hey, Sam Darnold, we're not resigning you," even though we just went. I think they was 14-2, finished the season 14-3, then lost the play. So they went 14-3. Even though we went 14-3, we got this young guy behind you that we have the utmost confidence in. Okay, so when you do that, now the attention and the narrative shifts to, hey, JJ, you got to perform at least to Sam Darnold's level. Because not only did Sam Darnold ball last year, he's balling this year. He actually is playing better this year than he did last year. And it's like Minnesota, you could have had that.
Yeah,
And I
absolutely.
that's why I say I feel they did JJ a disservice getting rid of Sam Darnold because you didn't give JJ the opportunity to develop. Because he's never been he's an athletic quarterback, but he's never been considered the most athletic or the biggest arm or the smartest, the highest IQ. He's never been the one to say, yeah, when you look at that quarter category, he's that guy. So obviously he will be a project. So why wouldn't you have somebody in front of him that he can learn the NFL game from? Patrick Mahomes came in the league, he wasn't starting. Alex Smith was starting. You know what I mean? So you know, me saying, "Hey, yeah, we throwing all our chips in on JJ." I believe the Vikings did a disservice to him, and but when they did that, they made the narrative, "Hey, this guy's going to take us at least to where we was at last year,"
Yeah,
and that hasn't happened.
and that's tough because, like I say, most of those guys, um, they took over teams that were sub 500
Yeah,
teams.
yeah,
I mean, a couple of them were bottom of the league
yeah,
teams.
yeah,
I mean, Chicago, they were, they definitely weren't. They didn't win 8 or 9 games the year before him, but I know the year before that they won 3 games. They were bottom of the barrel teams, and they get these guys. So it's all. I always feel like if a team is really poor, that quarterback gets a longer leash because
yeah,
it's like, well, the team sucks,
yeah, yeah. We got
you
to
know.
build around it. It's a
Right. Whereas
rebuilding phase.
Yeah. Whereas
Yeah,
if you come into a good team, it's like they don't care if you're a rookie or
yeah,
second
no,
year, not
absolutely.
and it's like, hey, last year Sam Darnold did this. You can't do
Yep,
that. You're a bust.
yeah,
And that's just and I think that's society right
yeah.
now, right?
The
That's
microwave
instant
society.
gratification.
There you
Just
go.
gotta have it right now.
Yep.
Just the whole not to bring up college football, we're gonna get to it, but the leash on Ryan Day. He loses the game last year. They want him fired immediately. He wins a chip, and it's like, well, wait a minute, you know. So it's like everybody. It's like I almost feel like, and that's why you have these coaching carousels now, where it's like, hey, you get 3 seasons. If you don't win in 3 seasons, you're out. Well, the fact of the matter is, one team gets to hoist the trophy at the end
There
of the
you go.
year.
There you go.
You know. So I think, like I say, I love JJ. He will obviously always have a place in my heart because he was certainly an integral part of Michigan winning a national championship. But I find myself watching him, and I can honestly say that. And it's weird because you see flashes like early on when he had those 2 touchdowns late in the game and they won that
Yeah,
game early in the year.
yeah,
And then it's like these last couple weeks, it's like you watch him and it's like, man, 1 minute he looks, it's like, oh, there he
yeah,
is. That's JJ. And then the
yeah.
next minute it's like, boy, he looks overmatched.
Yeah, no, I was looking at that because it was like, with that game, I was thinking about that game. I'm like, well, the first 3 quarters, he looked like he's looking now. So which JJ is it? Are you gonna need a year to get those first 3 quarters out your system, or is this, or is it? Are you just a flash in a bottle type quarterback? You know what I mean?
And
And
really, you could say that's every quarterback, right? Some guys find it, and some guys don't. We've seen many guys come into the league, not just quarterbacks, but many guys come into the league, and we think, hey, they were a stud in college. Tim
yeah,
Tebow.
yeah,
Tim Tebow was electric in college.
yeah, absolutely.
Outside of that one little window where I think there were a lot of other things going on. They didn't win just because of Tebow, but that little time in Denver, it was like. Other than that, it was like Tim Tebow looked overmatched the entire time he was in the NFL.
I agree.
So it's
I
like
agree.
sometimes they hit and sometimes they don't. And JJ may never hit. Who knows? He might be selling insurance in 2 years.
Yeah, yeah. I
You
mean, you're
know?
right. You're right. I mean, but someone I will say hit this past Sunday. I wouldn't give him a grade, but Shador Sanders
He got him
stepped
a
out on
win.
that field against Oakland, man, and brought a different energy to that team. Um, Now I don't like I say, if I have to grade him, I would give him a C minus B plus. I mean B C plus B minus, because there was throws that he missed. There was opportunities to make a play that wasn't made. I mean, he only had nine incompletions. One of them was an interception, and I know he will want that interception back, but that comes with reps. But he seized the moment, um, and I feel if he would have started the entire season, Cleveland will have a better record than what they have now. I'm not saying they will be fighting for a playoff position. I'm not saying that
Yeah.
because again, just like JJ and every other rookie quarterback, you got to have time. As a rookie quarterback, I know fans, teammates, owners, GMs, they're looking. Okay, what do we have in you? Can we look at something that you've done and be like, we could build on that? And he had a couple 50 that 52-yard bomb to Isaiah Bond. That was one of them. Okay, yeah, we could build on that. Offensive line busted, but had a bust in protection. He got out and launched that thing with uh, what's the DN from the Raiders? Max Crosby
Yeah,
breathing down his
right in
neck.
his
He launched
face.
that, feet not set, and he launched it. That was one thing they said about him coming into the draft. He doesn't have a big arm. Well, I mean, 52 yards uh, with your feet not set, that's a pretty big arm.
Yeah,
That's a pretty big arm.
I think
Um,
it'll be. I don't. I know you're a Shador guy. I've got to see it against real.
no, I understand that.
You know what I mean? Like
Real
it's the
legit
Raiders.
competition, but at
Um,
the same time, it's like I told somebody else. If he would have lost that game, no one would have said it was against the Raiders. They would have trashed him. Oh, he
well,
can't.
they would have, but it would have been
Well, yeah, it would have been
it would have been.
negative towards him.
That's the
You know,
Raiders.
yeah, exactly. So, like, it's an NFL team. You know what I mean? And if you look at the other quarterbacks that play, the Raiders have a good defense. Their offense is just trash. And the Browns came in with a good game plan, and he sees the moment. Now you step up in competition. You play 49ers this weekend. I think they play Sunday, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
they
the
play
30th.
Sunday.
Yep.
They play Sunday. So, you
And
go
the good
into
thing is,
is at home.
well, but he's got, assuming that he gets a few starts, and if I'm the Browns at this point, you know what Dylan Gabriel
Yeah,
gives you,
you can't go back to Dylan.
right? You're not winning anything this year. Why wouldn't you use the rest of the season? So okay, you beat the Raiders. I mean, aside from what I said, an NFL win is an NFL win.
There you go.
There's no rankings. This isn't college football. There's no style points. A
That's
win
right.
is a win. It don't matter if
There
you
you
win
go.
by 1 or 50.
There you go.
But I really hope they give him, because to me, I'm looking at their schedule:
Mm-hmm.
49ers, Titans, Bears in Chicago. Then they get a game against the Bills at home. Then they get a game against the Steelers at home.
There you go.
And to me, if I'm the Browns, I'm going to say again, we know what Dylan Gabriel gives us.
Mm-hmm.
Let's ride this out the rest of the year and see what Shador Sanders. And I'm not saying he's got to beat the 49ers or the Bears or the Bills or the Steelers, but you could tell.
Yeah. No,
If they
and
play the
I
49ers and they get absolutely shellacked and he has a horrible game, okay, now you know. Well, that's a little bit different team than the
yeah.
Raiders,
Mm.
but you build on that.
There you go. And
Because
and
at the end of the
and
day, no matter who it is, until they get game reps,
yep.
you're
Yep.
never going to know what you have.
Yeah, and that's what I agree. Like the 49ers, I would say the Raiders defense are better than the 49ers because the 49ers doesn't have Bosa or Warner, right? So the only team down the stretch that they're playing with a top 10 defense is Buffalo. But they have a top 10 defense.
Yeah.
So all you have to do in these next,
It don't hurt having Miles Garrett on
they
your
have
team. I'm just going to
they
say
have
that.
a legit top 10 defense, right? So how many games is that? One, two, three, four, five. For the
6.
next 6 games, right? You're only playing one team with a top 10 defense, right? So if you can make plays, play within yourself, don't, slow the game down and not turn the ball over, you'll be in every single one of those games because the defense is going to make sure you're in every single one of them games.
Absolutely.
So it's I always felt like players like that, because when I wrestled, I was like that. Like I was confident in myself on a level that when I stepped on the mat, I didn't care who was on the other side. Whether you beat me or I beat you, I didn't feel no one prepared like I did. I didn't feel like no one could beat me. I didn't feel like no one put as much blood, sweat, tears, heart into preparing for that match, that tournament, whatever the case. And that's how he is. So pregame, when you say, hey, what do you want the fans to say? Hey, I'm who they've been looking for. You could say that before the game and you haven't even took a snap. You're prepared. You're ready for the moment. The moment's not too big. So if he could be himself within these next 6 games, and I say Titans, that's a win. Bengals, I feel that's a win. Steelers, I believe they will be out of playoff contention, so they're not fighting for anything. So I believe that could be a win.
Well, I can tell you
Uh,
this: he starts and wins those last two. 2. He starts and wins those last 2. 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 I know being from Ohio, I know many Cleveland Browns, and you will be hard pressed to find two teams that the Browns hate more than the Steelers and the Bengals.
Well, look here.
And he wins those two games, I can tell you who will be in his corner,
Who's that?
and that's every single Cleveland Browns
There you
fan.
go. There you go.
Because winning
They're
those two
already there.
games,
They're already
win,
there.
winning those two games, literally will
And that's
save
division.
this.
That's
That'll
division.
save that'll save this season for them.
Yeah,
As
that's
far
division
as
rivalries,
the fans
man.
are concerned.
Yeah. So say he loses to the Niners, he loses to the Bears, he loses to the Bills.
He could go
Right?
3-3.
He would go 4-3 counting the win with the Raiders. And the Browns are looking at next because if you look at their rookie class, bro, they have Shador, they have Judkins, they have Fanning, they have the linebacker. They have some good players that are playing, that young players that are playing. So going into year 2, they're only going to be confident. You know what I mean? Because it's like, all right, yeah, we know what we can do. We're not worried about Pittsburgh or Cincinnati because we already beat them, and we feel we're better this year. And then you have that. I look at Miles Garrett like Thanos when he had the dag on all the Infinity Stones. Like this dude, he might be the first defensive player since Lawrence Taylor to win MVP. There's no player in the NFL playing better than him right now. And
better than him? No.
There's no player in the NFL playing better than him. He could legit win the MVP this year, but is a quarterback award, so he won't win it.
It'll never happen, but yeah, agreed.
But because there's no quarterback that's just going lights out, just lighting it up. Matthew Stafford's having a great year. Drake May's having a great year. But if
he's
you're
actually
saying
the favorite right now,
Matt Stafford, Matt Stafford. And I would say as well because he, taking any other position out the way. But if you're just looking at ball, come on, man. There's no player playing better than Myles Garrett in the NFL.
Yeah, I think unfortunately, the NFL ties wins and losses to MVPs.
Oh, absolutely.
And unfortunately, I do not disagree with you. I think Myles Garrett has been an absolute beast. But yeah, it'll continue to be a quarterback award.
Oh yeah. It's like the Heisman, man.
Yeah,
it's like the Heisman. The Heisman's a quarterback award. They just didn't have a quarterback that could do it last year. So, you know what I mean? But that if like I said, if Shador could just manage the game, we don't need you. I mean, you have Warner. I think he had like 3 plays. His 3 longest play. Now, granted, one of them was a screenplay that the running back took 66 yards. It still counts as a pass. But those 3 passes was the longest passes they had of the year. He's played 1.5 games, and he has almost 10 passes over 20 yards.
Now, I will say this. Keep this in mind because this held true for some of the other because this was one of the games when we picked him, I really wanted to pick Cleveland because knowing this was his first start, like I've said about other people's first start, the one thing they don't have is a bunch of game film on you to prepare for you.
There you go.
So to me, what we'll be telling is how he plays in game, say, 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Once there's 2 games of film on him,
I think the Bears-Bills game will be the telling games.
Agreed.
Because
and he doesn't have to win them.
I believe the Titans, this game, it is what it is. The Titans, they should win that game. All right. But that Bills-Bears, now you got 3 game sample size going into the Bears, 4 games going into the Bills. And I think that's what helped Brock Purdy his rookie year. I mean, he was the last pick of the draft. But who are you? Like we don't know what you do well, what you don't do well. People are looking at Iowa State videos like, okay, who is this guy? So I believe, I completely agree with you. That Bills-Bears games, that'll be the telling game because both of them teams have decent defense. The Bills have a better defense, but both of them teams have decent defenses, and they both have good offenses.
Yeah.
So
and that's what it'll be. You'll be able to see possibly with the Bears, because every quarterback, even the quarterbacks on great teams, at some point you will get in a shootout.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And how do you prepare? How do you function in a shootout? And that's what makes all the great ones great.
Yeah, yeah. And what I would say about Cleveland, though, I don't think they have weapons for a shootout, man.
And,
I don't think they have the weapons for a shootout.
but you know what? I think that'll be evident. And if I mean, you would like to think that NFL level scout talent and just every NFL team is not short on people that are evaluating talent,
Yeah, of course, of course.
right? So they're going to know, right?
Yeah,
And if you
definitely.
watch any
I think
amount
they
of
already know.
ball,
I think
right?
they
If you're going to
already know.
watch any amount of ball, you'll be able to tell
Yeah,
wins and losses. I've seen many quarterbacks that I thought, boy, they put some pieces around him. He could be dangerous, you know. So I think it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I got nothing against the kid. I'm rooting for the guy. I'm rooting because I don't. There's nobody. I don't think there's a single player that I'm rooting against. I mean, I even normally find it in my heart to root for the Buckeyes when they become pros. So I think it's good. I don't understand why it took the Browns this long.
yeah. That whatever's going on behind closed doors is weird.
The only thing I can
Uh,
think is maybe they wanted to get through that Patriots Ravens. Like, do you want to drop? Because I think that's part of it too, right? Don't you want to try and drop the kid in there when he has the best chance to succeed?
well, I saw a report where they was basically looking at this season as a red shirt season, so they weren't going to play. They weren't going to play him, and that was the plan, not to play him at all.
I find
But
that. I
but
mean,
then
that would be
it's
shocking if that were
yeah,
true.
yeah. One of the Cleveland Brown reporters, I could find the article and find it, but they were like, this was supposed to be a red shirt year for him, and then he'll be actually in the quarterback battle next year. If that's true, then that makes sense why they've handled it the way they've handled it.
Yeah,
At the same time, why would you get rid of Joe Flacco then? Because me and Dylan Gabriel are probably the same height. And if I stood behind an offensive line, NFL offensive line right now, I couldn't see the daggone defensive line if I wanted to. You know what I mean? I would have to move the pocket and this, that, and the third. So if you were using this year as a red shirt, why would you get rid of Joe Flacco? You knew you eventually you should have somebody to back up Dylan.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and you
But
hope
it,
that
it
you hope that they're going to draft. I mean, they I would say they drafted well last year. They got
yeah, they had a good draft. I believe they had a good
Judkin
draft.
was good. Graham was
Yeah,
a
Graham was a
solid pick.
beast. Yeah,
I don't know how much. I haven't followed too much to see what Fannin has done.
yeah, Fanners look
Um,
good.
but so and I mean, realistically, looking back, it was like it kind of made sense, really. In the sense, if the Browns waited, they didn't get him till what, the fifth round.
Fifth round, yeah,
What was Shador saying? Fifth round. They took
yeah, fifth
Gabriel, I
round.
know, in the third round.
They took Gabriel in the third
So
round.
it
Yeah,
was like realistically, if Shador turns out to be anything, I mean, did they not
they got
get
to
the
yeah,
a
they got the steal
steal?
of the draft. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they got the steal of the draft
I mean, if he ends up being anything,
yeah, yeah,
but yeah,
absolutely.
it'll be fun to watch. I'm looking forward to it because like I say, I mean, it's nothing against him. It was the Raiders. Um, the Raiders are the Raiders. Their defense is decent, but it's to me it's decent in pieces.
There you
Like
go.
it's not a
Yeah, I
collectively
mean,
good
like
unit.
you say, it's levels to this. It's levels to this, and you know, what I mean, they're stepping up in competition this week. You know, like I said when we picked the games last week, I'm picking Shador to get his first win, but I'm picking Cleveland mainly because of their defense. And I mean, when a defense can get you 10 sacks, 10
Yeah,
times out of 10, you're going to win that game.
you would think.
You know? So I I like where I like what he showed last week. You know, was it world beater? No. But it was his first game in his rookie season. So I would tell people, hey, pump your brakes. You know what I mean? Don't put the world on this kid's shoulders and, you know what I mean, treat him like any other rookie. You know? Because at the end of the day, even though people evaluated him as a first, second round draft pick, he got drafted in the fifth round. All right. So anything you get out of this kid, that's a bonus for you because you basically got him for nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah.
No, I
But
agree. Well, I do have before we get to our picks, let's talk about these boys doing little boy things.
yeah.
I mean, we've had a couple spitting incidents. Now we've got a dick punch. Um, and I think the thing that I'm the most one, I want to say the NFL is failing. They could nip this at any point if they wanted. The penalties for these things should be more than a game.
Yeah, I agree.
They should be drastic penalties.
I agree.
And I don't know that you're really. I mean, yeah, you hurt some of these guys when you suspend them because it costs them a game check. But unless you're going to make it multiple games, I mean, I'm sorry, but these guys, I think to some of them, it's like, oh, sweet, man, I get a week off.
Yeah.
Right? I get a week to recover.
Yeah.
An extra week to recover. Yeah, it's going to cost me a game check, but when you make $1 billion and somebody wants 1,000,
Yeah.
okay.
You
Whatever.
know, I was looking at it like, right. So when Jalen Carter did it at the beginning of the season, did you ever hear an apology from him? I never heard an apology. Never backed down from it. He stood on what he did. You know, he felt he was being disrespected, so he sent disrespect. Never backed down from it. Jamar Chase just sent out a, oh, I apologize. That I feel that's your PR team, bro.
Well, especially
Because,
after you stood
because
on
you
you
stood on, no, I didn't do it.
right, you denied it.
Yeah. So I feel that's your PR team telling you, hey, we got to clean this image up. Come on, bro.
Damage control.
Yeah, like, man, what are you doing, man? Like, I can't take that apology seriously because I feel if you got in that situation again, you'll do it again.
Well, and my thing is like two things. One, this is 2025. There are a gazillion cameras in the stadium. Don't forget the 65,000 people that have them.
There you go.
Everybody walks around with one.
There you go.
But they can dial in with those cameras and guess how many beard hairs Caleb Williams has. Like, I guess part of it is like, why are people doing these things? You know you're going to get caught. Like, and I realize like emotions are part of it and all that. And here's my thing: if something happens, and we don't know what happens in the trenches, right?
Yeah, of
We've heard
course.
the
Of
stories
course.
about, well, he could have said this, he said that, I spit, blah 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 blah. If you want to go at a guy, just go at him. You don't got to spit on him. You don't got to
No.
dick punch him.
No.
If you want to go at somebody, this is my thing. This is my big thing. Being a baseball guy for most of my life, this is my thing. Nothing I hate more than a batter who will get hit by a pitch and then stand there for a second and start talking trash until the catcher moves around and gets between him and
then he
the
won
pitch.
the rush.
Then he's a
Yeah.
tough guy and the catcher's holding him back. No. If you want it,
Yeah.
go get it.
Go get it. There's nothing between you.
There's nothing between you. But I think my nephew says he's heard it from some. There's nothing between you but air and opportunity.
There you go. Space and opportunity. There you go.
So, and I don't understand why grown men are doing these. That's kid shit. That's kid spitting, punching you in the. It's like, man, if you want to go at the dude, just go at the dude. You'll get ejected, but okay. But it's like I just don't understand. And the biggest reason, and I'm not a huge fan that I do believe, like, if you remember the Charles Barkley thing from 100 years ago, like, I am not a role model.
Yeah, I'm not a role model. Yeah.
And I would tell any parent, famous people shouldn't be your kid's role model. And I don't care if
Absolutely.
they're a football player or an actor or
Absolutely.
what they are. That shouldn't be your kid's role model anyway.
Absolutely. I agree.
But unfortunately, athletes and actresses and actors are role models.
Mm-hmm.
They're viewed that way. And I just think, like, with the climate of today's youth sports and how out of control it is, we see it on riots and parents fighting and kids fighting.
Yep.
And it's like, man, somewhere at some point it's got to click in. Like, man, every game is on television now. Every incident is seen, and not only is it seen during the game, but it ends up on Reels and TikTok and Instagram.
So it's played over and over and over.
And 20 million people saw that dick punch within 2 hours, probably within an hour. And it's like, it's kind of, in a way, it's like, come on, man, like, God, like, be better than that. And at the end of the day, like I said, be a man. Like, if you want to go at somebody, go at them.
There you go.
enough with the kid shit and like get on with it.
Yeah, that's
You
that's
know,
what I think we talked about it a couple weeks ago. In this off season, I believe the competition committee is going to step in and actually bring down harsher penalties for this kind of stuff, man. Because this season is I don't think I can remember a season when it's been this much childish crap going on in the field, man. Like I'm old enough to remember Dion playing for San Francisco, coming back to Atlanta, and
Andre Rison,
him and Andre Rison, they're
bang,
standing across from each other. Then now they were best friends, but Rison was pissed that he left.
trading blows.
You know, and it was like, bro,
I I got no
it's going.
problem with that though.
I
Like
have
that,
no
hey,
problem whatsoever.
that's two grown men going at each other in the wide open,
And you know what
and
happened? The ref said, "Boop, double personal fouls. All right, let's get back to the game."
exactly.
But when you spit on a man, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. Can I put this? You know, because we got to keep it PG.
Tuck
It would
scope.
be, it would be a long day for a person that spit on me. It would be a long. I'll just put it that way. It would be a. I don't care where we at. We could be in a corporate 500 office, or we could be at the daggone construction site. I don't care. I'm not waiting. My mama used to tell me, wherever you embarrass me at, I'm gonna embarrass you at. So
That's
meaning
right.
I'm not waiting until we get home to whoop your behind.
Mm-mm.
Wherever you show out at, I'm gonna show out. Wherever you spit on me at,
That's happening right there.
right there, right there. It's
And
not even
that's
it's not
the
even gonna
thing.
be a conversation.
Yeah, that's the thing that it's like I don't have a problem with these guys retaliating. Like, what are you going to do, man? Sports or not, man? I'm a grown man. If you spit on me, like that's a problem.
And that's what I love about Mike Tomlin's comment. Mike Tomlin said they asked him a question about the spitting. He was like, "Hey, do whatever comes natural. Do whatever. Hey, if I'm a coach, if I'm a teammate, and I see you getting into an altercation because of deuce, I'm paying your fine. Whatever fine it is, I'm gonna pay it for you."
And that's where things like I'm always the type like I've seen people lose their mind over words. Like people lose their mind because somebody called them something or somebody. Those are words.
Yeah,
That's completely different. This
totally
is
different.
you put your bodily fluid on me, or you punch me in my groin.
That's right.
Those are not the same thing.
Not even close.
So to me, those 100% deserve a reaction. And I understand that person that every action has a reaction, and
Definitely.
I understand the reaction that person's going to get penalized too, and that's okay. That's part of the rules.
It's gonna
But
be double
if the
penalty.
NFL doesn't come down and make penalties for this dumb stuff
Yeah,
and make them harsh, they've
yeah.
got to
You're
be
gonna have to.
big
You're gonna
to
have to.
where it's going to make a player think like, are you sure you want to lose 3 game checks because somebody's pissing you off?
Yeah.
Like,
Freaking Jamar Chase lost $500,000 for one game. Now, can you imagine? All right, 1.5. You're gonna keep your spit in your mouth.
not to mention missing one game, like I said before, like, oh man, I got a little break, get a little recoup. You miss 3 games? That those players need those game reps.
Yeah, and imagine you're in the playoff hunt, and the three games you out, y'all miss the playoffs because you're not there.
That's when those teams have those behind the door player
There
meetings.
you go. There you go.
And you got to rally the troops and go, hey, we all need to get our remove our cranium from our defecation apparatus and play ball and stop it with all this other crap.
That's right. That's right.
But
That's right.
yeah,
We used to have
so
those kind of meetings when I was in the army, man.
yeah.
Those were fun.
Hey,
You didn't get many. You only had a few. You only needed a few of them, but it was definitely necessary.
yeah, if you don't have when you have a group like that, you have to have a kangaroo court.
That's right. That's right.
All those things you have. Everybody answers to somebody.
That's right.
So it's like, especially when you're on a team. When you're on a team, you answer to the rest of the team.
That's
Just
right.
like they answer to you. Like you're a team. So when you do something, and now in this case, Jamar Chase, you're gonna miss some time. That means they're gonna go into battle without their best receiver
There you go.
over that.
Yep.
Which is stupid. And if
Yeah.
I was a Bengals fan or a Carolina fan or I'd be pissed.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because
I completely agree. Yeah.
right.
Because that's just crazy, man. That's
Well,
just crazy.
let's take a peek at this playoff picture
All right, let's get it, man.
because it's looking a little. I don't think it looks a whole lot like people thought it would
No, but it's
at
starting
the
to clear
beginning
up.
of the
It's
season.
starting to
It
clear up.
is
It's starting to clear
the
up.
people are making moves. Um, I mean, just based on this playoff picture, assuming, let's just assume, which I know you don't want to assume this part I'm about to say, but let's assume the 2-1s make it to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Do you think
So that would be
anybody
the Rams and the
and the
Patriots.
Patriots?
Yeah.
Do you think anybody
No,
before the season started
that wasn't on anyone's maybe the Rams.
anyone's radar?
That
And
may be the Rams, but no,
even if we
definitely
take
not the Patriots.
even if we take the 2-1s and the 2-2s, do you think some people would have had Philly in there?
Yeah, Rams and Philly, because I mean that was the NFC Championship last year, so I could see that.
But do you think anybody had New England and Denver?
Yeah, absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
So
Absolutely not.
So based on this current, the way it sits right now,
Mm-hmm.
we would have a San Francisco Philly matchup,
That'd be fun.
a Green Bay Chicago game.
Mm-hmm.
That would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle Tampa Bay. Those would be your first round NFC games.
Yeah. Yeah.
AFC Chargers Baltimore, Jacksonville Indy, Buffalo Denver.
That's
I'll be honest with
that's actually some good games, man.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That'd be a solid playoff.
That's some good games, man. It's starting it off the right way, man.
It's going to look different. I have a feeling in a few weeks, a little bit.
I completely agree. Agree.
I really think there's some teams that I really have a chance to really. I mean, to be honest, New England has a chance to really separate. I mean, already being the 1 seed currently, they've got more room to keep that and extend that.
No, I agree. I definitely agree.
I think
because
Chicago's been a bit of a surprise.
Man, yeah, that would be some good ball.
Well, and imagine that a playoff,
ball,
an interdivision playoff game right out of the box.
Yeah,
Green Bay,
you have it on both sides because you have Jacksonville and the Colts.
Yeah.
So that would be good ball, man. I if I had to go through the brackets right now, I would say Seattle will beat Tampa Bay because we don't know how long Baker going to be out. And if Carolina would have won last night, they would have took over the sole possession of the NFC South. So we don't even know if Tampa Bay is going to be there. So I would say Seattle takes that one to play the Rams. I like Chicago over Green Bay, and I like Philly over San Francisco, for obvious reasons. I would take Philly over Chicago, and I would take the Rams over Seattle. So you got a rematch of your playoff game last year.
And I really feel
I'm not going to pick that game. I'm not going to pick that game.
Well, I really feel like I think it would not shock me at all if it's the Rams and Philly again in the NFC Championship. They're the best two teams in the NFC. I don't see any other way around it. I like what Chicago's doing. I think it's awesome. But I still think they've got youth. They're a little bit away. So, I don't think the Seattle Tampa Bay game, I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but it kind of doesn't matter. I don't know that either one of them are beating anybody else.
Yeah. I think that Green Bay Chicago game, man, I don't know if I can trust Jordan Love in the playoffs, man.
Agreed. And really that's how I feel about
that's why I would pick Chicago, because I don't trust Jordan Love, man. Like he hasn't given me a reason to
that's how I
trust him,
feel.
you know what I mean?
I feel the same way though about Caleb. I mean, I feel that way about Jordan Love too, but I feel that way about Caleb Williams.
No, absolutely. Yeah, but he hasn't been in that situation. Yeah, right. He hasn't been in that situation to be like, okay, he hasn't performed in the playoffs. This would be his first year making the playoffs. Second year player making the playoffs for the first time. So we don't know what we would get for him, but we know what we get from Jordan Love. You know, he's done it time and time again. Uh, if he's not playing the Cowboys,
Right.
he's not showing up. Um, but when you go over to the AFC side, man, the Chargers, Ravens, man, they done put themselves back in the playoff hunt, bro. They done took over the first place in the AFC North, man. And I called it. I
Yeah,
called it.
that was not much of a doubt.
No, no, no. It wasn't a doubt at all. It wasn't a doubt at all. But
That division's pretty bad.
yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. They can't taking over that spot. I believe they would actually beat the Chargers in a playoff game. Um, yeah,
I don't
I
know.
would pick the Ravens there because just like I don't trust Jordan Love, I don't trust Justin Herbert. Uh,
I trust Justin Herbert more than Jordan Love because I think he's
maybe, but
I think
Justin hasn't been
they
in
would
that.
be they would be coached better.
Yeah, Justin Herbert is in a. How many playoff games has he played? One, two. Yeah. So he hasn't been in that. And then the one game, what he played, last year, 2 years ago, he had the Jacksonville Jaguars down, or 2 years ago, he had them down 20 some points and they blew the game. You
That
know,
being
so
said, how cool would it be? That'd be another hardball game.
yeah, no, that would be cool.
That'd be awesome.
And Big Bro has the winning record there.
He does.
Big Bro is winning that series, and then you would have Jacksonville Colts. I believe the Colts will pull that out because I think the Jaguars are just limping through the season, man.
Yeah.
I don't think they have the talent completely to actually make any real noise in the playoffs.
No,
And
I
then
think they need some more pieces.
yeah. And then Buffalo, Denver, give me Buffalo all day in that kind. I don't trust Bo Nix. That defense is legit, but if I had to, it'd be like, all right, hey, it's coming down to Josh Allen or Bo Nix. I'm taking Josh Allen every time.
Yeah. And you got to think too, the great players, the great ones, and I consider Josh Allen one of the great ones in the league. That they know when to step it up.
Yeah,
Players like that, they step it up in big
yeah,
games.
oh yeah,
It's I know the Buffalo's been scuffling this year. They've certainly hit a rough patch, but Josh Allen at the end of the day is still Josh Allen. He's
that's
still
right,
going to make things happen.
that's right.
Maybe in a playoff game, I think you're more likely to see him try and take over a game than you are only because it's the NFL. Yeah, you want to get the highest seed you can, but at the end of the day, you just need to make the playoffs. And are you going to risk Josh Allen in Week 10
There you go.
and run him a bunch just because you need to take the game? Like, I don't know if you're going to. If they
Yeah,
were
no, I
a
agree.
little further down the standings, you might be willing to take that risk.
I agree.
But it's also it's player management, right? It's you got to use your brain, and because you need them for the long haul. And
That's right.
I'd rather them limp into the playoffs and him step it up than he was going balls out in Week 10 and he's on the shelf for 5 weeks.
Yeah, no, I
And
agree.
you miss the playoffs.
I agree. I definitely agree with that. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
But yeah, I think it's going to get interesting. I really do because there's a lot of room in these. It's not. I mean, outside of. Well, I just changed my screen. Outside of, I mean, potentially, New England could run away with that.
Oh, and I said that. I
But
said that because look at the rest of their schedule.
outside of outside of the NFC East, none of those divisions are anywhere close to being locked down. I mean, outside of I mean, you could. I mean, we get it. They get another game that separates them, and I think the Patriots are going to run away with it. But outside of the AFC East and the NFC East, every other division is still very much up for grabs, and we could see a lot of movement in the next 2 to 4 weeks. I mean, it's funny. We'll have that. When we post this video, we'll have that graphic you just put up. That's what we need to do in about 4 weeks.
Yeah, come back to that. Yeah,
Pull it back up and put them
yeah,
next to each other and see what they look like.
yeah. No, absolutely,
You know what I mean?
absolutely. I completely agree with that, man.
Like, I
Because
think that would be.
who knows what it's going to look like in four or 5 weeks. There's 6 games left in the season, man, and anything can happen in the next
Yeah.
6 weeks.
Isn't it weird though to look like I'm looking at the standings right now, and we're in what are we in week 13? 13, right?
Yeah, this going into week 13. Yeah,
And there's one team that's already been eliminated.
who's that? The Tennessee Titans,
The New York
New
Giants.
York Giants. Yeah,
They're the only team with a little E next to their name, and
that's crazy, man. Tennessee Titans had 2 wins and they're not eliminated.
like the Giants. I mean, but a team being eliminated, it's week 13.
That's crazy,
Like
man.
there's still a third of the season left.
G, turn the channel.
I mean, the
Don't
Titans have
fast
one
forward
win.
about 30 seconds, G, because
Titans have one win, and they're
man,
not eliminated yet. Apparently,
that's crazy.
that's nuts.
That is crazy.
Did you see uh, the new potential rule they might put into play as far as the draft and losing records and all that?
No, I didn't.
I tried to find the article, and I'm going to find it, but I haven't got to read it. But it basically, the gist of it was they're going to put, it sounds like they might put a rule in place to where there's a floor as far as how many games you can lose and still retain the number one pick. Like losing the most games or winning the least amount of games will not necessarily guarantee you the first pick. They're trying to eliminate teams laying down.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how you would really do it, but that was the gist of the article.
Yeah, I don't know because I don't like the NBA version of the draft lottery because
It's
I
luck.
feel it's rigged, man. Like I don't I don't get with the draft lottery. You know what I mean? You're not going to tell me it was a coincidence that Dallas traded Luka and then turn around and end up with the number one picks. Like, stop. All right?
Or Cleveland. Cleveland got the draft pick for sure.
Yeah, and got LeBron. Like, come on, man, stop.
Yeah.
Come on, let's be real. So I don't like that. I mean, yeah,
I don't.
It's the players don't care about the draft position. The players are going out to win, but it's the coaches, the GMs, because they could easily put a player on IR and be like, "All right, you're done for the season," and then, you know what I mean? That's a key player, and
if they're scuffling and maybe they don't have a stud quarterback, or they can go,
Yeah.
hey, we want to see what so and so's got in the tank. We want to have him start the last 3 or 4 games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
knowing he gonna stink him the joint.
And
Yeah.
I don't know how you would do it and still keep it on the level because I mean, what does that mean? You're going to put a floor on it, so you would say, okay, it's the worst record of a team that won at least 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what keeps a team from, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay,
absolutely.
that's going to happen. So now we definitely got to tank the last 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Or not tank. I don't know. The whole thing is.
It's just like the year Tua came out. Like it wasn't hidden. Tank for Tua.
Yeah.
It wasn't hidden.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, we know we need a quarterback. So we're gonna try to get the best one coming out the draft. It's kind of it sucks, but it's not the players that's doing it. The players are going out; they're gonna play. You know what I mean? Whether we got 1 win or we got 14 wins, we're gonna go out and play. But I don't know. I don't know if there's any other way that you can truly be like, all right, this team, because you could be the worst record and not deserve the first pick because you could just through those games. That's mine would be like Pete Rose throwing, shaving points, or you know what I mean.
Like, but I don't know. Part of me would love for them to come up with a new way because there's nothing to me worse than you see a kid go through college and he tears it up. And now he has to come out right away and go to a garbage team with a garbage system that doesn't fit him, but they just took him because they had the number 1 pick and he was the best player in the draft. And I hate to see
there's no weapons around him. Like, look at Cam Ward this year. I mean, everybody know I feel Shedeur was the best quarterback coming out of college. All right, but Cam Ward went 1, and some people they were 1 too. Right? So him going 1, it wasn't a shocker, right? But what do you have around him? Right? If you want him to replicate what he did in Miami, He had weapons in Miami. You know what I mean? They signed the receiver he had as an undrafted free agent, and then cut him. So he has no chemistry with anyone that he's playing with. Only real receiver that he has is Ridley, and Ridley, he's older than me. So like when you draft these quarterbacks, man, you have to put one, you have to protect them up front, and then you got to put pieces around them, man. The best weapons for a rookie quarterback is a good defense and a run game. That's the best weapons for a rookie quarterback, for a young quarterback.
That and a
But
good tight end.
yeah, that and a good tight end that you check down to.
Yeah, so that outlet is huge.
Ask Tommy Brady.
Huge.
Tommy
Right.
Brady will tell you that tight end is huge. Gronk going in the Hall of Fame because of that. But yeah, man, it sucks that these kids get thrown in these situations. But you were the best at your craft at the college level. So now we're going to give you millions and millions and millions to be the best at your craft on this level, or at least be one of the best at your craft at this level. You know, Trevor Lawrence, when he came out of Clemson, they said after his freshman year, he would have been the first pick overall. That's how good he looked his freshman year. He didn't even start his freshman year, right? But he played his sophomore year. His freshman year, they won a national championship. Sophomore year, they lost to Alabama in the semifinal. And then his junior year, they lost to LSU in the national championship. Right? Then he came out thinking he would have the same level of success in Jacksonville. Now, granted, he had Urban Meyer in Jacksonville his first year, 2 years, and that was
About 5 games.
that was a hot mess.
He didn't even make it through a season.
You know, so when they get these guys, they have to have the right stuff around them for them to succeed, man.
But even like this, I'm looking at the Titans draft picks. Obviously, they took Cam 1.
Mm-hmm.
They don't draft another. They don't. I mean, he's been sacked 45 times so far this season.
Yeah, he leads the league.
They didn't take an offensive lineman until the 5th round. They took a guard.
What they take?
Jackson Slater.
What did they take rounds 2 through 4?
They took. I can never pronounce that guy. The edge rusher from UCLA in the 2nd round.
Okay.
That Oladejo or
we're not
whatever his name is.
Yep.
They took Kevin Winston, the safety from Penn State, in the 3rd round. They took Dyke, the receiver from Florida, in the 4th round. Gunnar Helm, the tight end from Texas, which I actually thought that was a good pick at the time. That was also they had 3 4th round picks last year.
Okay.
They took Gunnar Helm was the 2nd 4th round pick out of Texas, which I actually at the time remember thinking like that might not be a bad pick. They took Alec Ayamaner. I don't know, wide receiver out of Stanford.
So they went offense, defense, all offense in the 4th round.
But the offense they took was wide receivers and tight ends. So, and that's the thing I don't get. And then they followed that up. They took a corner in the 6th round and then Khalil Mullings from Michigan in the 6th round. But you got Cam Ward. You already have had issues. And I'll never understand why these guys, they draft guys like Cincinnati. You put all that money into Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
And how many times he get sacked his rookie year?
Yeah.
Like 5,000?
He tore his ACL his rookie year, didn't he?
Was that his rookie year or the 2nd year?
2nd year, because I know they went to the Super Bowl his 2nd year.
Yeah. So
and but even in going to the Super Bowl, he got sacked
he was still sacked
a times.
100 times.
Man.
So it's like, these teams, it's like until they start. And that being said, I think offensive line play, finding good offensive linemen, have you noticed? Like, that's becoming harder and harder and harder. And I think part of it is defenses get faster and faster and stronger and stronger.
That's right.
And I don't think the growth of offensive lines is growing at the rate that the speed and the quickness and the strength of defenses are.
I 1,000% agree.
You know what I mean?
1,000% agree.
That's why you see a lot more teams now, it seems like, whether it be lining that tight end tight as another blocker. leaving that running back there to chip blocks. You see that a lot more now than I think you did before. I don't remember seeing it at the clip we see it now.
Nope, I agree.
But, that's the thing too is, and let's face it, with youth, it ain't sexy to be an offensive lineman.
Nope.
you ain't got a line of people dying to be an offensive lineman. You got a bunch of people wanting to be an edge rusher, a linebacker, a receiver, So that's something that I think, it might be one of those things that until some brilliant offensive mind figures out a way to adjust to the way, just like they have over the century that football's been around, like when the Tampa 2 first started and all those, all those things started at some point because somebody figured out a way to make something work. And I feel like at some point there's going to be and he's probably a graduate assistant somewhere right now. And someday they'll come up with a way like, hey, you're going to have to play it like this in order to give your quarterback more time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I agree. I agree.
It's going to be some shit we're going to be looking back on in 20 years and being like, man, you remember back in 2027 they developed the wing T offensive line.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some
Absolutely. I completely agree with you, man. Because it's what's crazy, I think we talked about this. The rules for the game is to allow the offense to put on a show. Right? Offense sells tickets, defense wins championships. So the rules are being put in place where the offense can have their way. But the defenses, especially the D line, man, are developing, I feel, like you say, at a faster rate than the O linemen. You can go to these camps, these high school camps, man, and you will see these kids that's playing D lineman, man, are
big,
next
fast
level. Yes. And it's crazy, man. It is crazy to see because these guys are changing the way that even offenses have to play call, man. Like you have to account for a Myles Garrett. So you sending two people over there plus chipping. Now your interior has to be legit. Your interior offensive line has to be legit to be able to hold that. So you don't have to double the. You see what I'm saying?
100%.
The rules are made for the offense, but the way the game is developing, man, defenses can steal the show.
There's a reason now. Like, do you remember 25 years ago? Offensive linemen, all of them wearing braces.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing it now, and it's because of the pressure.
Yep.
And the stress that their legs and their bodies take now. Not that they weren't doing it before, but it's like that was one of the developments in the games. Like, man, we got to start. These offensive line got to wear these braces, otherwise we're going to be losing a guy every week.
Yep.
But something's got to give. One way or the other. But I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I wish I was that really crafty football mind and I could come up with something. I'd probably be a gazillionaire.
Hey, all you got to do is sit down and take a moment. I believe you can get it done. Hey, guys, if you like the content, man, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We do this twice a week, every week. All ball, all the time, man.
All day.
That's right. So what else we got, brother?
Well, let's get these picks out of the way before we get on to our discussion.
All right, let's do it.
Unfortunately, so just so our viewers know, I'm ahead by 5 games.
Yeah, our viewers know that is a lie.
Okay. No, I'm not ahead by 5 games. I'm actually behind by 7 games. I took 3 chances last week and lost them all.
That's right. That's right.
That being said, I really felt like not only are the NFL officials affecting the outcome of NFL games, they are also affecting the outcome of this bet.
Yeah, all right.
So
however you want to look at it. However you want to look at it.
I'm going to blame it on the officials because that seems like the sexy thing to do.
Yeah, that's what they say.
So let's get at this because there is not. I've got to take some chances.
You do
from here on out.
You do.
And there are
which
not
means
a lot.
that lead is about to.
It might. I do want to say, I just want to put this out there just so it's recorded and there's a timestamp on it. The time is about 7:15 here, Tuesday, November 25th. Yesterday, my good friend Kareem, we were discussing the situation of the current standings of our little bet here. And
Yes,
he said basically that kind of it's pretty much a wrap.
It's over. It's over.
So I was like, ooh.
Shouldn't have did that.
Ooh. I was like, okay, well, we'll see.
That was his words.
With that being said.
Pray for me, people. Pray for me.
Chiefs at the Cowboys.
The Chiefs are going to get redemption for me.
I see this. I'm gonna be honest with you, because like part of me, like knowing,
look here. Don't worry about the bet.
I was just gonna say,
let your ball knowledge flow through you.
I can't pick Dak over the Chiefs, but part of me last week really wanted to take Dak over Philly because the guy, I mean, he doesn't do much, but
he don't lose at home against NFC East.
That's
what he don't do.
So, but
I don't have it in me to pick the Cowboys in anything. So I
understand.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll both take the Chiefs there. Bengals headed to Baltimore.
Baltimore is going to blow the. Oh no, those Bengals go. Yeah, they go to Baltimore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me the Ravens.
I can't gamble with that one yet.
Nah.
Green Bay at Detroit.
Did Detroit just come off a loss? No. They beat the Giants. They beat the Giants. They lost to the Eagles the week before. Whoo! Thanksgiving in Detroit. They're under pressure. Detroit is under pressure.
They are.
Give me the Lions. Give me the Lions.
I really wanted you to take. I can't pick against the Lions.
Give me the Lions.
So that's not a spot. I really thought that might be one.
Yeah, give me the Lions.
This is a spot. Chicago, Friday night. Only Friday night game on the slate.
That's all right.
Chicago going to Philly. I know where you're headed. You definitely ain't gonna.
Black Friday, baby. We pulling out the black uniforms, and it's gonna get sexy on Broad Street.
I'm gonna take Chicago here. I think we're about to find out. We're gonna find out if the Bears are for real.
You gotta take a chance.
I mean, if a road win against the Eagles is a good win.
Yeah.
So we'll see. So maybe the Eagles get too discombobulated playing on a Friday. So we'll see. Not a very long flight for the Bears. Yeah. That's a quick flight.
Man. After that Cowboys game, we're ready to get back at it, man.
All right. Minnesota at Seattle. Big point spread here.
Yeah, give me Seattle.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I ain't gambling there. That's a 10.5 point spread.
Yeah.
All right, here's a good one.
Okay.
There's
Ooh.
Going to Cleveland.
Ooh. Brock Purdy threw how many interceptions last night against Carolina? He threw three. Three interceptions against Carolina. And I believe Cleveland has a way better defense than Carolina. If that offense can generate anything, I believe Cleveland can pull this off.
You want the Browns then?
So give me the Browns.
Well, I'm going to take the Browns as well because
Hey, the MVP plays on defense in Cleveland, man.
Yeah, that's the big one there. I just don't think the 49ers are going to have an answer for Myles Garrett. I think he's going to cause them a problem. If nothing else, Shedeur Sanders is going to have a lot of opportunity.
There you go.
He should have the ball.
He's going to get the ball back. Yep.
Many times.
Yep. Many times.
Jacksonville at Tennessee.
Give me Jacksonville. We ain't even about to sit and play on that one.
Yeah, I'm not. Texans at Indy.
That defense in Houston is nasty, man. But they're playing in Indianapolis. Houston just came off of a win. They beat the Bills. Yeah, they beat the Bills. You know what? I'm going to roll with the number one defense in football. Give me the Texans.
All right. This is an opportunity. I'll take the Colts. I think they're looking to rebound.
Yep.
After getting hosed, they're looking to.
Yeah.
It should be easier this time.
I don't think they got hosed. I think they choked that game away.
I mean, they some of it was choked, but did you watch that game?
Yeah, I did. They should have won that game.
Some of those calls.
Yeah, no. I agree. I agree.
How many of those calls resulted in a first down for the Chiefs?
But the thing is, they shouldn't have been in that position. They should have put the Chiefs away.
Did you see the roughing the passer call?
I did. That was horse crap. I did see that. That was
That's a
horse
big one.
crap.
That's a big
Yep.
one.
Patrick Mahomes paid the refs before the game, and he got some calls.
New Orleans at Miami.
All right, give me the Dolphins.
Oh God, do I have to take one?
I know, right?
I'm not gonna gamble there. I'll take the Dolphins as well. Atlanta. Ooh, this is a real barn burner. Atlanta at the Jets.
Dude,
Yeah,
that
that's
line
trash.
is 2.5 with the over and under at 39.5.
Well, the
Vegas
fact
like
that
this game is going to put me to sleep.
the fact that the Falcons like that's almost like the worst road favorite.
Give me the
Like
Jets, man. There's nothing about Kirk Cousins that I like. Give me the Jets, man.
Jets. I'm gonna take the Falcons.
Yeah, man. I
That's
don't think
one.
the Jets are going to win. I actually
I'm
think
not
the
sure either
Falcons are
team
gonna,
wins.
Yeah,
This could end in a 3-3 tie.
Exactly, man. But I mean, there's nothing that the Jets do or the Falcons do that I'm just like, oh yeah, they're
Right.
gonna make that happen. Like, oh gosh.
Rams headed to Carolina.
Give me Stafford, man. Yeah, give me Stafford. I wanted to take a chance there.
That's a big line too.
Yeah,
You don't need to
yeah.
take a chance. What do you
Yeah.
need to take a chance
No, well,
for?
I wanted to take a chance because I like what Carolina's doing this year. But yeah, if it was anybody else, I probably would have took them, but not this week.
Arizona at Tampa.
Yeah, we know where we're going with that. Home team.
I will as well. The Vegas Raiders at the Chargers.
Well, if the Raiders can't beat the Browns,
Right.
they're not beating the Chargers.
No, probably not. This I think will be a good
Chargers.
game, possibly. What's the status on Aaron Rodgers? Is he playing yet? Is he out for a bit, or was he
I
just
think
out
he's.
last week?
Let me see, because I thought he was out. Here, let's see. They just came. They actually just put an update out. Let's see. It just say update coming.
I mean, I guess it
just says
doesn't
update
really
coming.
matter, but Buffalo at Pittsburgh.
Yeah, give me Buffalo. Yeah, they need it. They need it.
They do. They
They
do.
need it.
They need a good. They need a like an old style Bills win where
Yeah.
they just like a 42-7.
Yeah.
Just a
Yeah,
beat.
they gotta get back on the right side because it's not a.
No.
Yeesh.
Denver at Washington.
Give me Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me Denver.
And the Monday night game, the Giants head to Foxborough.
Hey, look here. Jameis Winston balled out Sunday. He had a receiving, he had a passing, he had a rushing, and they still lost.
And they got eliminated from
Exactly.
the
They
playoffs.
have nothing to play for. Give me who you said they playing?
The Patriots.
Yeah, give me Drake May and the Patriots, man.
All right. So we got 1, 2, 3 different ones.
Okay. What's the different ones?
Bears, Eagles,
Okay, I'm taking my Eagles.
Texans, Colts,
Okay, I'm taking the Texans.
and Falcons, Jets.
I'm taking the Jets. I cannot believe I just
So-
took the Jets and ew.
Yeah.
That feels dirty. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I've got an absolute worst case scenario. I've got to go 2-1 because if I go 0-3, 7, I still feel like there's time. If it gets to 10,
Yeah.
I might make you a steak before the season, and we might just start again. We might just start
There
again.
you go.
Because this is trash.
Yeah, man.
But it's kind of been the football year that I've had.
Yeah, man. You had a rough year,
It's
man.
it's
You've
been
had
a rough
year.
year picking games, fantasy. So
Yeah.
that's all right. I'm in a rebuilding year.
There you go. There you go.
I'm gonna see if I can't get a good draft pick and come back stronger next year.
Come on. Hey, look here. Tank for whoever.
All right.
Tank for Aiden.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, man.
All right. So I got a good discussion for us today.
All right, let's see what we got.
So I looked up. I saw this one. The first one I saw was backyard breaks. put this out. So that caused me to look at a couple others. So I've got one from Backyard Breaks. Shout out to them.
Mm-hmm.
One from FanDuel. And one from The Athletic. Bruce Feldman from The Athletic.
Okay.
Now, the one from Bruce is from, it might be from like a year ago or so. So it's not like
Okay.
current this week, but it's
Current.
still
Okay.
a lot of the same players. But what it is the top 25 college football players since 2000.
Okay.
All right, not all time, just in the 2000s.
Okay. So on those three that you have, who's number one?
So Backyard Breaks has Tim Tebow at one.
Okay.
FanDuel has Ndamukong Suh,
Phew. He was a
and
beast.
The Athletic has Cam Newton.
Okay.
So I see, as looking through their list, I see some glaring things missing. The first thing that jumped out to me was any top 25. And you know what? That actually, I was going to look at something real quick on that. Yeah. Okay. There's no Jadeveon Clowney on this list, which I don't consider myself to be an expert, but I've watched a lot of football in my life.
That's right.
A lot. Specifically, a lot of college football. I've watched a ton of NFL football, but I have watched a ton and a half of college football.
Mm-hmm.
And if you were alive in 2011, 2012, especially 2012, you knew and you know that Jadeveon Clowney was one of the most absolute fiercest defenders, maybe of all time, but definitely at that time. The guy was an absolute menace. I'll never forget him literally blowing up a Michigan play one year. And I mean, so real quick, this was back when, this was before, I don't think we had I think it's when like TiVo first came out, which I did not have.
Mm-hmm.
So you couldn't just rewind TV like you can now. And I remember immediately, you could record though, right? You could record stuff. I remember immediately grabbing my remote and hitting record, because you could record it would, as long as you hadn't changed channels,
Mm-hmm.
it would go back to the beginning of whatever you were, and it would record the whole thing.
So here's the thing. Because I was alive at that time, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes.
And here's the play.
There it is. Look at this. Look at this. I thought for sure, I was so confident
So
that,
they say this is the worst call because South Carolina, good Lord have mercy.
yeah.
So that's the ultimate ball don't lie play right there. It's clearly, they didn't get it.
Yeah,
They say they got the first down. Clearly didn't get it. The next play, boom! Good Lord.
I remember watching that play, and that's why I recorded it, because I was so certain that he had to have been offsides, because
he got back there so fast.
Nobody could have gotten back there that quick. And I mean, and they ended up winning that game. They beat Michigan.
Yep,
that was the Outback Bowl that year.
Yep.
So anyway, that was a long way of saying that it's absolute trash that guy is not on this list, because he was an absolute beast,
monster.
So it kind of looks like. So we don't need to go through the whole list. This was more of just a discussion, who do you remember? And I want our viewers, if you've got somebody that we don't talk about and you remember them being a beast, who's that guy? Who was that guy when you were growing up? Because I feel like the 2000s, I was 19. 19 years old. Who are the guys you remember when you was growing up watching college football?
So I'm going to give
you thought were ballers.
I'm going to give you I'll give you a couple. Right? If I had to make that list, right? Reggie Bush is number one on my list.
Guy was an
Right?
absolute stud. Absolute stud.
Reggie Bush was the most electrifying player that I think I've ever seen outside of Barry Sanders. Right? This dude, he could have won Heisman back-to-back years, but the quarterback got it the second go-round, Matt Leinart, the year they lost to Texas in the national championship game, which still is the greatest college football game of all time.
It's right up there, other than the 21 Michigan Ohio State game. But yeah,
yeah, that Michigan Ohio State game definitely
other than that,
has some comparison to that Texas USC
yeah.
game. But Reggie Bush would have to be one on my list. And when you talk about this list, I don't feel that guys that had 1 year of success should be on this list.
Agreed.
Right? Because that's just like when you're comparing one and dones in basketball. You know, I don't think those guys, then could those guys had a great season compared to, you know, any season that anybody, yeah, they could have. But when you look at the complete 4 year career, Reggie Bush is one on my list. Okay. I will also have to say Tim Tebow would be on my list.
100.
I
don't know where he would fall, but he would be in my top five.
I don't. He would definitely be in top five. Man, since 2000, I would like that. I like that in Ndamukong Suh. I like that. I would put him in the top five. Lamar Jackson. I would put him in the top five. So let me see. I got Reggie Bush, Tim Tebow, and Ndamukong Suh, Lamar Jackson, and man, I'm kind of torn on this one, and I don't know if I want to go LaDainian Tomlinson or Adrian Peterson. I think I'm gonna go Adrian Peterson over LaDainian Tomlinson. So
I think I've got
Reggie Bush, and Ndamukong Suh, Tim Tebow, Adrian Peterson, and Lamar Jackson.
Okay,
those are my five.
All right. Well, and that's not, and there's no wrong answer, right?
Yeah,
we're going off of. I would definitely have, and I don't know what order. I'd have to really think about that. Tim Tebow would 100% be in my top five. Reggie Bush is definitely in my top five.
Mm-hmm.
Ed Reed.
Ed Reed
was an absolute menace with Miami.
Yeah.
And I gotta look. So I remember watching Lamar, and you know what's wild about him is he wins the Heisman as a sophomore.
Yeah.
His junior year stats were really kind of better.
Yeah, they were better. They were better.
He Tebow finished third that year.
At the time, Tebow was the first sophomore to win the Heisman. And then Lamar was next. And it was crazy. Well, no, Johnny Manziel was next, and then Lamar. Or did Johnny come after Lamar? No, Johnny came before Lamar. Yeah.
And here's a guy that's in my top five. So who did I say? I've got Tebow, I've got Bush, I've got Ed Reed. And this is a guy that I think gets kind of overlooked for some reason. And it pains me to say this because everybody knows I hate the Buckeyes. But for a 2-year period, Chase Young.
Yeah.
And you could really kind of pencil in Chase, Bosa, because Ohio State had a run of defensive line guys that was insanity.
Yeah.
Like all those years that they used to beat the shit out of Michigan, I always said I never thought they were crazy more talented on offense, but they had a pass rush and just a rush in general. They had a run of guys there, and Chase Young, dude, he was such a beast.
Yeah, and I'm surprised he hasn't done better in the league.
Me too.
Because he's right there with Jadavian County, man. They were next level problems, man.
Dude, Chase Young had 27 sacks in 2 seasons. Now, mind you, that's in 26 games.
Man.
So that is averaging 1+ sack a game.
Yeah.
Like, and it's wild because on these lists, on this athletic one, they have Chase Young at 16. FanDuel doesn't even have him on the list.
Okay.
And neither does Backyard Breaks. They don't even have the guy on there. Now, there's some guys on here, and I'm not, Terrell Suggs is on here. Aaron Donald is on here. Johnny Manziel is on here.
Mm-hmm.
Jameis Winston's on here. Baker's on here. Baker was electric in college.
Baker deserves to be on there.
And here's another one. He wouldn't be in my top 5, but I remember watching him at the time, thinking, man, Vince Young was about as good as anybody as far as
and that's
college quarterback.
I was thinking about Vince Young when I was just naming my top 5. I was literally thinking about Vince Young, because he had a really good career at Texas, and he ended it with a chip. He will be in my top 10. But I think if I had to go quarterback, I think Lamar and Tebow had a better overall career
for sure.
And another guy, his last season was the 99-2000 season, but Michael Vick in college.
Yeah. I mean that's a little before, but yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Mike Vick was a problem.
Oh my goodness. Man. Mike Vick. I still remember Mike Vick playing Florida State in the national championship. And if Mike Vick wasn't on that field, Florida State would have ran. I mean, they beat the brakes off of him anyway. But they could have won that game by 50 if Mike Vick wasn't on that field.
Yeah, there's definitely some on here that are a bit of a head scratcher. Like this one list, FanDuel has Marcus Mariota at 17.
Yeah, that's.
I'm sorry, there's not a list. I'm not sure he's the 17th best Oregon Duck.
Let me tell you something. Do you remember? You're a Big Ten guy, so you remember Eric Crouch, right? Nebraska's quarterback won the Heisman. I would take Eric Crouch before I take Marcus Mariota. If you guys don't know who Eric Crouch is, Eric Crouch won the Heisman, got drafted, and they moved him from quarterback to wide receiver. He got hit in practice and retired. He didn't even play a game. He didn't even play a preseason game.
I got another one
I
for
would
you.
take Eric Crouch over Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, remember Jason White? Jason White won the Heisman. Went to the league, and they told him, you might want to try the Canadian League.
There you go.
Because not happening. Not happening at all. And that was a guy, he won the Heisman and finished 3rd the following year. That was in the early 2000s.
Yeah, this is a good water cooler barbershop conversation.
Yeah.
Because you when you get in these, you'll see everybody's list will be different. But I just feel there's certain guys that I don't care who it is. Certain guys should be on that list. Reggie Bush should be on every list. Tim Tebow should be on every list. It's certain guys that should be on every list, no matter who's making the list.
Well, and Tim Tebow is probably one of the few. He did it for 4 years.
Yes.
I mean, the guy. I mean, he took his team to the national championship his freshman year.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't the starter his freshman year. Chris Leak was. Shout out to Chris Leak.
Yeah,
Charlotte Independence. But he was definitely
had some
a key
big
contributor.
Plays.
Yeah. He was definitely a key contributor.
He was limited that year, but he made some plays, and he was already. And they talked about it a little bit in that one. There was a documentary out, and then his book, and they even talk about even as a freshman, what a leader he was.
Yeah.
Even when he wasn't the starter.
Yeah.
I mean, what a leader he was.
If people don't know, Cam Newton went to Florida out of high school, right? Cam Newton said, if I had Tim Tebow's leadership, because he said, I was a better thrower of the ball, I was better athletic, but I didn't have Tim Tebow's leadership. He was like, when I left Florida, he went to JUCO. He said, I left Florida and went to JUCO. I took the example of Tim Tebow's leadership with me. He won the Heisman at the JUCO. Then came back the next year, went to Auburn and won the Heisman National Championship there. So Tim Tebow, bro, is one of the top 5 greatest leaders probably ever in college football. So if he's not on your top 25 list of players all time, and I would say college, even if you say even if you extend it to college all time, I believe Tim Tebow will still be in your top five.
Yeah. Yeah, because what he did do as a freshman, that's when they ran a lot of those. Like he ran the ball 89
Yeah,
times
yeah, yeah, yep,
his freshman year for
yep,
469 yards and 8 touchdowns. Definitely a contributor,
yep.
and you
And it was
saw it
so weird to
then.
me that Florida team for those 4 years, Tebow, they should have won four national championships, man.
They were tough.
They should have won four national championships,
Yeah, which I
at
mean,
least three, but they should have won four.
yeah, because you figure they went 13-1. Their one loss coming to number 11 Auburn. They did go 9-4 in the second year. That was his first year being the full-time starter. But they had four ranked top 25 games that year. Um, and not a big deal, but Michigan beat them in the Capital One Bowl, but that don't really matter.
Shout out to Michigan and
Um,
Capital One.
yeah, 2007. Woo woo.
There we go.
But yeah, and then after that, they just went on a run. I mean, they were, and that year, I mean, they're playing number 4 LSU, number 8 Georgia, number 24. That was when South Carolina was legit.
That was his junior year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Florida
they won the Natty
Florida
that year.
State was a top 25
Yeah.
team. They played number 1 Alabama in the SEC championship game, and then they played number 2 Oklahoma in the BCS championship
Mm-hmm.
game. And like, dude, that 2008 team
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
they were
They
good.
they they were BTA and everybody that year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
that
were
that was
good.
that was one of the best teams of all time, man. That Florida team, man, they were legit, man. They were legit. Well, speaking of rivalries, right? We're in rivalry week, man. How you feel
Yeah.
about it?
I have a kind of a calm feeling because I
Yeah,
kind of
I
feel
see it.
like,
I see
I
it. It's
mean,
like, yeah,
realistically, um, the way that this team played early on, I mean, the fact that they're sitting here with only 2 losses going into this game, and they're still, even though I think it's an absolute long shot, but still a mathematical shot to get into the playoffs. I'm a diehard Michigan fan, but I'm also a realist, and I don't have a problem saying when I don't think they're great, and they're not great. They're very young, but I think there's some key factors. I really hope that Smith and Tate play because I never want to, as a fan, I never want my team to get a win and that team be missing some of their players. Even
yeah.
though
They're
our
not
team is
100%.
missing,
They're not
our team is not
100%. Yeah.
100% either. We got no Justice Haynes. We're down. Bredesen's probably not playing. We're down people too. But it's like I don't want there to be any excuses,
Yeah, because
right?
if Michigan wins this, there's
Yes.
definitely going to be excuses.
So I don't know how much you have followed the rivalry, obviously, but I don't know if you know this, but do you know what year? This I'm not. It's not my day for trivia, but this is just
Hmm.
more of a question. Do you know? So the team that wins the rushing battle, rushes for the most yards, wins the game. And when I say that, I mean like every year. The last time the team that rushed for the most yards lost the game was November 18th, 2000, right? That's 25 years
25
ago.
years. Yeah.
And in that game, Ohio State ran 34 times for 149. Michigan ran the ball 43 times for 88 yards, and Michigan won that game 38-26.
So I have a feeling that you're saying Michigan's going to win the Russian battle and lose this game.
I feel like that's how that and a lot of people, like, I'm a pessimistic person in general, especially when it comes to sports, and I do that because that's how I cope with it,
Yeah,
right?
understood.
If I talk myself into the loss, then I'm not shocked when it happens. And I feel like sometimes I'm not as upset because it was like, hey, this is what you called, right? You called it.
Yeah.
You knew
Yeah.
this was going to happen. Um, on paper, again, like people I've heard 100 times the last couple of weeks. On paper, there's no sense that Michigan really even has a chance against them.
They shouldn't even take the field.
But there's a couple factors now. One, it's going to be cold.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like there's snow in the forecast.
Okay.
So if by some chance that happens, that will obviously affect the passing game.
I agree.
And of the two teams, Ohio State relies on the passing game way heavier than Michigan does.
I agree.
And I feel like if there is a weakness on this team, and I'm not saying they're terrible at it, what I'm saying is if they do have a weakness on their defense, it's their run
Stopping the run.
defense.
Stopping the run, yeah.
So I feel like it'll come down to two things. It'll come down to Michigan running the ball effectively and sustaining long drives to limit the amount of time you give the Ohio State offense on the field.
I agree.
Factor number two is, will Bryce Underwood be able to stay grounded and not do what young people do when they're in those big moments?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If he can just, Davis Warren is probably going to go down as quite possibly the worst Michigan quarterback in the history of the program that beat Ohio State. And he did that by managing the game.
So you saying Bryce Underwood needs a Shador game?
He needs to, because I don't know, and the difference is, like last year, Warren wasn't going to win the game for him, but he could keep from losing it for him.
There you go.
Now, Bryce, he could win the game for him. That's quite possible. I
He's
think
definitely a dual threat.
But it's going to come down, if they try and get in a shootout with him, which I think if it is really cold and it's snowing, a shootout is less likely.
Mm-hmm.
But if it comes to that and Michigan has to get in a shootout with them, I do not like their chances.
Yeah. So I love rivalry week.
Why is that
because
so hard to say?
I don't know, man. Because you never know what's going to happen, right? You could throw all the stats. You could throw, this defense, that offense. You could throw all that out the window in rivalry week, man. Because none of it matters. Like, I'm a part of one of the best rivalries in college sports. Duke, Carolina, twice a year, every year. And it doesn't matter if we're light years better than them or they're light years better than us. That game is going to be a good game. Right? And I believe, just like last year, like nobody, I think what was the line last year for Michigan? They were almost a 10-point underdog, right?
At game time, I think it was 19.5.
19, okay. I knew it was double digits.
It was 20 at one point.
Okay, I knew it was double digits. But they won by 3.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
on the road.
So, like, I feel like you can't put that much into these games because anything can happen.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like, I think it's gonna be a good game, man. I don't think it's. What's the line on that game? Let me see. What's the line on this game right now?
Just like I say, we don't know how Bryce will react.
Yeah.
We don't know how Julian Sayin will react.
Yep.
He's still
absolutely.
a young guy too, and let's be honest, it's not like Ohio State has played in a ton of hard-fought, meaningful games this season.
Dude, and they're only a 9.5-point favorite. You just said last year was 19.5 at game time. They're a 9.5-point favorite right now.
I mean, the way I look at it, they haven't really been tested at all, except for week 6, game 6. They went to Illinois. Illinois was ranked 17, and they beat them 34-16. So I definitely think, if there's, anything's possible, right? I mean, I've seen Appalachian State beat my Wolverines,
That's right.
22 years ago, whatever it was.
I remember.
Nobody in the world thought that would happen. So
No.
anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think, I don't know. I think Ohio State, they are a great football team. They have a lot of great pieces. They are well put together. They should be. They've spent north of $30 million on that roster. So, but they are good. There is no question. Um, but I think it comes down to. But I think it is possible that this year we might see the first one where the team that wins the rushing battle does not win the game.
Well, we'll
So
see.
we'll
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 see.
talk about it after the game, but I hope I'm wrong. Believe me,
Yeah,
no, believe me,
we
there is
we
not that game matters more to me than any other game.
any other game.
I am not one of these. A question was asked to me like last year. Would you trade a national championship for a win over Ohio State? Would you for your Duke? Would you trade a Duke national championship if it meant them winning both games against North Carolina in a given season?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I would do it.
yeah,
I would do it
yeah,
900 times out of 900 times.
yeah, yeah.
If
I would.
somebody said your team won't win a national championship for the next 20 years, but you're going to go 20-0 against the Buckeyes, I couldn't sign up
Sign
fast
me up.
enough.
Sign me up. Sign me up.
That is worth
Sign me up.
way more to me. And I've met people that are like, "You're crazy. That's not. They play for a national champ." I'm like, "Oh." As a fan,
Yeah,
and I'm a
yeah,
fan. I'm not on the team,
yeah,
but for me, because I always think too, right? The rivalries matter way more to fans. Not that they
yeah,
don't matter to the players, because some of them
yeah.
are from those areas and they do matter. But collectively, the rivalry matters way more to the fan than it does to the
So,
player.
so here, let me give you an example of that. In 2009, Carolina won the national championship. We turned around 2010, we win the national championship. Well, in 2010, we win both games against Carolina. 2009, they split. So we had way more bragging rights because not only are we national champion, we beat y'all twice. And if you go to North Carolina, right, literally 8 miles is what separates Duke campus from Carolina campus. And Carolina players go to Duke, and their students go to Duke. Duke students and players go to Carolina. All right. And when I tell you in these bars and clubs, and there's so much shit talking that, and then don't let you not win the national championship, right? Don't win the national, and then you. So like, I here's Coach K last season. Trying to beat us in the Final Four. I mean, in the Elite Eight. No, Final Four. They beat us in the Final Four to go to the national championship, and then they lost in the national championship. There's nothing we can do about that. So they will always, and I have Carolina fans tell us that, yeah, y'all might have a better team, but we beat y'all in the Final Four.
Mm.
We beat y'all Coach K's last game in Cameron Indoor Stadium. There's no comeback for that. We could win 10 more national championships and they will still have that advantage.
Yeah, that's the one thing
Like,
that has made that made last year tolerable.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
it, believe me, it will pain me to watch them win another national championship. But last year, it was almost like, you can hoist that trophy, but the one thing that won't be on your ring
there you
is
go.
that Ohio State Michigan score, which has been on a lot of national championship rings,
Mm,
and it won't be on that one. And here's
mm.
you know what my favorite thing was. You know how when a team wins, a football team wins, they put out these plaques that they sell to the fans that have all their games listed and the shirts that have
Yeah,
all their
yeah,
schedule on the back with all their.
yeah,
A part of me was like, every time they put that shirt on, even though it says national championship across the front, it's got their
yeah,
schedule on the back,
yeah. They got
and
that arrow sitting right back
it's
there.
got an L right there.
Yeah,
And that is like the one thing that made last year tolerable.
yeah. No, I definitely
And
understand that.
so it's like I will be the happiest person in the world. Like, cause that Saturday is literally every year. It's either my favorite day of the year or my
Or your
worst day of
worst.
the year.
Yeah. No, I
It's
definitely
one or
understand
the
that.
other.
I definitely understand that.
So,
I definitely understand
but
that.
I'm looking
Well,
forward to it.
I'm gonna jump in this trivia, and I'm gonna stick with this rivalry theme. Okay.
All right.
All right. So there's a lot of rivalries across college football. All right, but there's only 5 rivalries where the team leading the rivalry has 60 plus wins.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's only 5. You don't. I'll let you decide which one you want to give. You can either give me the teams in that rivalry, or you can give me
Okay.
the wins in that rivalry. But there's 5 games that the winning team has over 60 wins. And I'll give you a hint.
Do they all play this weekend?
Let me check. Let's see. I know that. Let's see.
Like, are they active rivalries?
They are. So they are active rivalries, but all of them don't play this weekend. One of the games has already been played.
So, that's why I was at. So Texas, Oklahoma.
Texas, Oklahoma.
That's one. Michigan, Ohio State.
Michigan, Ohio State.
Where the winning team. Say that one more time.
Where the winning team has over 60 wins.
The winning team has over 60, and there's 5 of them?
There's 5. So you got Texas, Oklahoma. Texas has 64 wins. Oklahoma has 51. Michigan, Ohio State. Michigan has 62. Ohio State has 51.
Do I get any questions or?
Yeah, you get 3 questions.
I feel like I know 2 of them. Are they all? Are the ones I don't know? Are they all from the Big Ten?
No.
Okay.
There's one team that's in the Big Ten, but well, if I say that, you're going to know that one, so I can't say that. There's one team in the Big Ten.
I feel like Indiana Purdue is one. No.
You got to think of the teams that's been playing football for forever.
So that was the other one I was thinking was Minnesota. Really, they've been playing ball for 100 years. So you're a rivalry where the winning team has won 60 games or more.
Yep. You only have 5. Right? Yep.
And
Texas,
I've only
Oklahoma,
guessed
Michigan, Ohio State.
Oh, Alabama, Auburn.
Nope.
You got to be kidding me. I feel like I'm not understanding the question. Because only reason I say that is one, Indiana and Purdue have played a ton, and I know Indiana has won more than 60 times.
So, let's see. You said
I don't
Alabama,
know what the number
Auburn,
is,
right?
but I know Indiana has won more than 60 games against Purdue.
Alabama, Auburn, the record is 43-35.
Wow. What about Indiana, Purdue?
I'm about to pull that up.
That one's got to be over 60.
Because they weren't on my bingo card. Yeah, they are up there. I don't know why they didn't come up. But their football team is 77-43.
Yeah, I was say it had to be.
Purdue leaves it. Okay, so they didn't come up when I looked that up.
All right. But that's still not one of the 5 you had.
But that wasn't one of the 5 I had. But yes,
so that just means
so there's 6 of them now.
All right, so let me think about this. All right. Florida State.
Nope. I actually thought they were going to be one, but they're not there.
Are these are like Division I, like known schools, right? All right. And so there's no more Big Ten teams then.
Yep, there's one Big Ten. But the thing is, I'll give you a hint. They're a new Big Ten team.
And it's the only, because SC's rivalry is either UCLA or Notre Dame, but I don't think either team's won 60 games. And I got Oregon, Washington.
Oregon, yes, but not Washington.
But Washington's probably the...
No.
Really?
Oregon, but it's not against Washington.
Oh, Oregon State.
There you go.
Oregon State.
Yep.
Okay.
Oregon 62-46.
Okay. Oregon State. And then, was there any more in Texas? Oh, Army Navy. Shit, that's Army one I should definitely get.
Navy's up 62-55.
So I'm missing
There's one more. It's an SEC
Is it in Texas?
School. Nope, it's an SEC school. Both schools are SEC.
Ole Miss, Mississippi State.
Bingo.
Okay.
Ole Miss leads 66-46.
That was a tough one. There was I can't believe I would never have guessed that Alabama Auburn wouldn't be in that category. I would have lost money on that.
They only have 43 wins in that one.
Damn.
Yeah. 43-35, which I thought it was going to be more than that as well. But hey.
That's why at first I got it threw me because when you said Indiana Purdue wasn't one, I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, no. I
didn't know it was that big, but I knew it was. Yeah. They've played a lot. Because the only reason I know that being from Ohio,
that's probably the longest rivalry.
Backyard.
That's probably the longest rivalry in history, bro.
Which one?
The Purdue Indiana. Good Lord.
Yeah. How many have they played?
Well, the record is 77, 43, and 6.
So 77, 43, 110,
So that's
120.
83. That's 126 games, man. Good gracious.
Yeah, that's more than Michigan Ohio State.
Notre Dame USC first game was in 1926. Next year is the 100th anniversary of their rivalry, man.
I remember
That's really
Michigan Ohio
cool.
State's 100th. Michigan won that game.
Florida State Miami, you called that one, but they're only 31 and 28.
Yeah.
Miami leads that 31-28. UCLA, you call that UCLA USC, but they're 46, 31 and 7. Florida Georgia 49-41. It's really cool because like you look at some of these games, like Oregon State, they played 118 games, man.
Yeah, I was. How many
that's
have
just,
Army Navy played? They've had to play a bunch.
man, shoot, that's 7,
And
137, 144.
yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. What I love about Army Navy is we get the whole weekend to ourselves, man.
Yeah,
We get the whole weekend to ourselves, and it's like, you want to be the school singing your alma mater last. Yeah, Army Navy first game was in 1890. Yeah, yeah. And what I love, they bring out these sweet uniforms every. I go see my Golden Knights this weekend when they play UTSA, and I have that Army Navy game on my bucket list, man. I'll get there one day when I have the time, but hey, it is what it is. One day, but guys, if you like the content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, brother. This was a good one. You got anything else for the people?
Just man, everybody have a safe. I don't know if we got to talk. I don't know when our next show. I doubt it'll be Thursday, being Thanksgiving and all. But just we want to wish y'all have a happy Thanksgiving. Everybody be safe.
Absolutely.
Don't overeat too much. Eat in stages like I do.
There you go. There you go.
Just have a good one, man. Enjoy that time with the fam and all that, brother. Like
absolutely. My strategy is one plate per game.
That's a good one.
So
we did you do your Thanksgiving? Did you ask your Thanksgiving question?
Thanksgiving menu must-haves, man. What is your must-haves, man?
For me personally, buttered carrots, bro.
Ooh.
Cooked carrots with butter on them, and
yeah.
when you cook them, you kind of cook them in a crock pot. They get a little soft, and you put a little brown sugar in there.
Come on,
bro.
Come on, that sounds legit right there. That sounds legit.
So
to
me,
man.
it's that, and this is the first year now that my mother has moved to Texas. This is the first year my mother makes homemade stuffing, and I love it. And this is the first time in like 4 years that I'll get to have it because she was in Ohio for the last 4 years.
Oh man, well enjoy the stuffing, man.
Yeah.
I would have to say mine. I have to have the baked mac and cheese, man.
Okay.
The baked mac and cheese is a must-have. We could start there, and then we could build out. I love me some deviled eggs.
Mm-hmm.
The meats, I can interchange meats. I don't have to have turkey. This year we're doing different things. We're gonna do Cornish hens. We're gonna do a ham, and we're gonna do lamb chops. So we're trying something different this year, because you get tired. With us, the turkey eventually gets thrown away. So
yeah, I could easily do without turkey.
Yeah.
Last year we had
I make an
steaks and
amazing
baked
turkey.
potatoes.
I make amazing turkey. Whether it's baked, smoked, or fried, I make an amazing turkey. But want to do something different this year. So, nice. But the baked macaroni and cheese will definitely be on the plate.
Nice.
You gotta have give
the family my regards.
Absolutely, man.
And I hope y'all have a good one, brother.
Absolutely. You and the fam do the same, man. And we'll see y'all on the next one, guys. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, man. And we'll see you in the next one.
Laters.